Good morning to all of you children. So far we have learned about the rational number and its definition and the representation of rational numbers. Okay? And even we have seen the importance of rational numbers in our day-to-day life. And today in this session we are going to discuss why all the natural number, whole numbers and the integers are also called the rational numbers. Okay? But natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are also rational numbers. But all rational numbers are not the natural numbers, whole numbers or integers. Okay? Let us start our session. When we look at the natural numbers, there are no numbers which are in the form of p by q. When we look at the whole numbers, here also there are no numbers which are in the form of p by q. Similarly, when we look at the integers, there are no numbers which are of the form p by q. But even though we say that natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are also the rational numbers. Okay? To know this, we should learn some interesting and important properties of numbers. Before we could see why the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers are rational numbers, let us learn some interesting properties about the numbers. Even though the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers are not in the form of p by q, we call them as rational numbers because they can be written in the form of p by q. Okay? How? Divide each natural number by 1. Then that natural number becomes a rational number. Similarly, divide each whole number or an integer by 1. Then each whole number or an integer becomes a rational number. Okay? But how? But why? To understand these questions or to answer these questions, let me illustrate with some examples. See here children, 10 divided by 2 is also equal to 10 upon 2. What is the meaning of 10 upon 2? There are 10 rupees and they should be given to 2 people. And how much each one will get? Each one will get 5 rupees. Therefore, 10 upon 2 is also equal to 5 or 5 equal to 10 upon 2. Let us take one more example. 12 divided by 3 is written as 12 upon 3. Both are same. What is the meaning of 12 upon 3? There are 12 rupees and they should be given to 3 people. Each one will get how much? Each one will get 4. Therefore, 12 upon 3 is equal to 4 or 4 equal to 12 upon 3. 50 divided by 10 means it is 50 upon 10. What is the meaning of 50 upon 10? There are 50 rupees. They should be given to 10 people. Then each one will get how much? Each one will get 5. So, 50 upon 10 is equal to 5 or 50 divided by 10 is also equal to 5. So, children, we write 50 upon 10 is equal to 5 or 5 is equal to 50 upon 10. Similarly, 4 divided by 1 can be written as 4 upon 1. 4 upon 1 means what? There are 4 rupees and it should be given to one person. Then that one person will get how much? 4 only. Therefore, 4 upon 1 is equal to 4 or 4 is equal to 4 upon 1. Both are same. What is the meaning of 3 divided by 1? 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3 upon 1. What is the meaning of 3 upon 1? There are 3 rupees and it should be given to one person. How much that one person will get? That one person will get 3 rupees only. Therefore, 3 upon 1 is equal to 3 or 3 is equal to 3 upon 1. What is the meaning of 2 divided by 1? It is equal to 2 upon 1. What is the meaning of 2 upon 1? There are 2 rupees and those 2 rupees should be given to one person. Then that one person will get how much? He will get 2 rupees only. That is why 2 upon 1 is equal to 2 or 2 is equal to 2 upon 1. Similarly, children, 5 divided by 1 means what? It is equal to 5 upon 1. 5 divided by 1 is also equal to 5 upon 1. Both are same. What is the meaning of 5 upon 1? There are 5 rupees and they should be given to one person. Then that one person will get how much? He will get 5 rupees only. When 5 rupees is given to one person, he will get 5 rupees only. That is why 5 upon 1 is equal to 5 or 5 is equal to 5 upon 1. Okay? See here, children, the meaning of 12 upon 3 is there are 12 rupees and they should be given to 3 people. That is why each one will get 4. But what is the meaning of 2 upon 1? There are 2 rupees and they should be given to one person. Then how much that one person will get? 2 rupees only. Okay? In the above activity, children, the number 12 is called dividend and 3 is called divisor and this 4 is called quotient. So, dividend upon divisor is equal to quotient. In this example, 50 is dividend, 10 is divisor, 5 is quotient. On the other hand, 50 is dividend, 10 is divisor and this 5 is quotient. Okay. See here, children. Here 4 is dividend, 1 is divisor. The quotient is dividend itself. Here 3 is dividend, 1 is divisor and 3 is quotient. 2 is dividend, 1 is divisor and 2 is quotient. 5 is dividend, 1 is divisor and 5 is quotient. So, from the above activity we conclude that whenever we divide a number by 1, the quotient is number itself. Okay? That is, if a belongs to a natural number or a belongs to a whole number, then a by 1 is equal to a or a is equal to a by 1. Do you understand? Let us understand some more interesting properties about the numbers. If a and b are two natural numbers or whole numbers or integers, then if a is not equal to b, then we have a upon b is not equal to b upon a. Okay? Let us verify it. See here, children. 2 upon 1 means 2 rupees should be given to one person. That is, how much will this one person get? He gets 2 only. Call this equation as 1. Now, instead of 2 by 1, you take 1 by 2. What is the meaning of 1 by 2? There is 1 rupee and it should be given to 2 people. That time, each one will get half rupee, means 0.5 rupees. Call this as equation 2. From equation 1 and from equation 2, it is clear that 2 by 1 means it is 2, but 1 by 2 means it is 0.5. Therefore, 2 is not equal to 0.5. That is, 2 upon 1 is not equal to 1 by 2 or 1 upon 2. This implies where there is a, there is 2. Where there is B, there is 1. Therefore, A by B is not equal to B by A. Okay. Let us take one more example. 9 divided by 1 is written as 9 upon 1. What is the meaning of 9 upon 1? 9 rupees should be given to one person. Then that one person will get 9 rupees itself. So 9 upon 1 is equal to 9. Call this as equation 1. Now you take 1 upon 9. Right? 1 upon 9 means 1 rupee should be given to 9 people. Then each one will get 0.11 dash 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 rupees. Okay? So 9 by 1 is 9, but 1 by 9 is 0.11 dash dash dash. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, it is clear that 9 is not equal to 0.11. That is, 9 by 1 is not equal to 1 by 9. Here also, A by B is not equal to B by A. Okay, children? Let us take one more example. 6 upon 3 is equal to 2. Means 6 rupees should be given to 3 people. Each one will get how much? Each one will get 2. Okay. So 6 upon 3 is 2. Call this as equation 1. Now let us take 3 upon 6. Okay. 3 upon 6 means 3 rupees should be given to 6 people. Then each one will get half rupee. Means 1 upon 2 rupees. 1 upon 2 rupees means half rupee. Half rupee means 0.5. So call this as equation 2. 6 by 3 is equal to 2 is equation 1, but 3 by 6 is equal to 0.5 is equation 2. From equation 1 and from equation 2, it is clear that 2 is not equal to 0.5. Means 6 upon 3 is not equal to 3 by 6. So children, from this activity, we conclude that A by B is not equal to B by A. Okay? If A and B are not equal. Okay? But if A's value and B's value are equal, then A by B becomes equal to B by A. But here, when if A is not equal to B, then we have A by B is not equal to B by A. This is also an interesting property of the numbers. Let us go forward to study some other interesting properties of numbers. We know that A by B is not equal to B by A. Huh? Now let us take 0 upon 1. Is 0 upon 1 equal to 1 upon 0? No. 0 upon 1 is not equal to 1 upon 0 because A by B is not equal to B by A. Therefore, 0 upon 1 cannot be equal to 1 upon 0. The value of 0 upon 1 is different and 1 upon 0 is different. Okay? But some people will write 0 upon 1 is also 0, 1 upon 0 is also 0. Then it implies A by B is also same value and B by A is also same value. It is not possible. If A value and B value are equal, then only A by B is equal to B by A. But when A and B are not equal, then A by B is not equal to B by A here. Here A is 0 and B is 1. That is why 0 and 1 are different. So A by B must not be equal to B by A. Similarly, 0 by 2 is not equal to 2 by 0 because 0 and 2 are not the same values. They are different values. Where there is 0, where there is A, there is 0. Where there is B, there is 2. Therefore, A is not equal to B here. That is why A by B should not be equal to B by A. So children, A by 2 is not equal to 2 by 0. Similarly, 0 by 3 is not equal to 3 by 0. 0 by 3 is different, 3 by 0 is different. So, A by B is not equal to B by A. In this case, 0 by 4 is not equal to 4 by 0. Because where there is 0, there is A, and where there is 4, there is B. Where there is A, there is 0. Where there is B, there is 4. So 0 and 4 are not different. So A by B are not different here. So children, 0 by 4 must not be equal to 4 by 0. Okay? And we can conclude that A by 1 is not equal to 1 by A. Because the value of A is different, the value of 1 is different. So A and B are different here. That's why A by 1 is not equal to 1 by A. Similarly, 0 by A is not equal to A by 0. Is it clear? Now you see here children, 0 divided by any number is 0. Okay, that is 0 upon 1 is equal to 0. 0 upon 2 is equal to 0. 0 upon minus 3 is also 0. 0 upon A is equal to 0. So 0 divided by any number or 0 upon any number is always 0. Okay. Then one more interesting property. Any number divided by 0 is infinity or not defined. That is 4 upon 0 is how much? We don't know. It is infinity. 12 upon 0 is how much? Infinity. Okay. That is 0 by 1 is 0. But 1 by 0 is infinity. 0 by 2 is 0. But 2 by 0 is infinity. 0 by minus 3 is 0. But minus 3 by 0 is infinity. 0 by A is 0. But A by 0 is infinity. That is why here we can say 0 by 1 is 0. But 1 upon 0 is infinity. That is why 0 is not equal to infinity. 0 by 2 is 0. But that is not equal to 2 by 0. Because 2 by 0 is infinity. So 0 is not equal to infinity. Here 0 by 3 is 0. But 3 by 0 is infinity. So 0 is not equal to infinity. Here also 0 by 4 is 0. But 4 by 0 is infinity. Therefore 0 is not equal to infinity. A by 1 is A. But 1 by A is different. That is why A by 1 is not equal to 1 by A. Or 0 by A is 0. But A by 0 is infinity. So children, these are all the very interesting properties of natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. And these properties will help us to understand the further properties of the numbers. Okay. And we are very much interested to know how the natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are also called rational numbers. Okay. If we know these properties, then we will understand how the natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are also the rational numbers. Okay. So children, in today's session we learned some important properties of numbers. That is, if whenever we divide a number by 1, the quotient is number itself. That is, if A belongs to natural number, whole number or integer, then A by 1 is equal to A or A is equal to A by 1. And if A is not equal to B, then we have A by B is not equal to B by A. Okay. But if A is equal to B, then A by B is always equal to B by A. Okay. If A is also 4, B is also 4, then 4 by 4 is equal to 4 by 4. 4 by 4 is 1 and 4 by 4 is 1. If A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2, then 2 by 2 is equal to 1 2 by 2 is equal to 1. That is why if A is not equal to B, then we have A by B is not equal to B by A, and if A is equal to B, then we have A by B is always equal to B by A. Okay? And 0 by 1 is not equal to 1 by 0, or 1 by 0 is not equal to 0 by 1. 0 by 2 is not equal to 2 by 0, or 2 by 0 is not equal to 0 by 2. Because in this example and in this example, this is A, this is B, and this is A, this is B. Here A and B are different. That is why A by B is not equal to B by A. Here also A and B are different. That is why A by B is not equal to B by A. Okay? And children, if 0 is divided by any number, the answer is 0. So 0 divided by any number is always 0. And any number divided by 0 is infinity or not defined. By knowing these properties, we will be able to understand the further concepts of the rational numbers or any numbers. So children, by knowing all these properties of the numbers, we will be able to study the further concepts and properties of the numbers. After seeing the importance of the rational numbers, now let us see some more interesting concepts. Okay? See children, all natural numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not natural numbers. Okay? Let's just see the justification. See here, 1 belongs to n means 1 is a natural number. But can it be rational? Yes. How? You can write 1 as 1 by 1. Now it is in the form of p by q, where p is 1 and q is also 1. Here p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. That is why 1 is a natural number also and 1 is a rational number also. Similarly, take 2. 2 belongs to n, means 2 is a natural number. This 2 can also be written as 2 by 1. Okay? 2 by 1 is equal to now p by q, where p is 2 and q is 1. Both 2 and 1 are integers. That is why p and q belong to z, means integers. And here q's value is 1. It is not equal to 0. That is why q is not equal to 0. And hence 2 by 1 is a rational number. But 2 by 1 is rational number form and 2 is a natural number form. So children, 2 is a natural number also and rational number also. So I can write 3 as 3 by 1, 4 as 4 by 1, 5 as 5 by 1, 6 as 6 by 1, 8 as 8 by 1, etc. Dash 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 in the form of p by q. Therefore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity, they are natural numbers also and rational numbers also. But all rational numbers are not natural numbers. This implies all natural numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not natural numbers. Okay? Let us see. Take an example, 4 by 5. This is in the form of p by q, and pq belong to z and q is not equal to 0 here. That is why this 4 by 5 is a rational number, and you will find such number in the set of rational numbers. But can you find 4 by 5 in the set of natural numbers? In the set of natural numbers, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. But can you find such number 4 by 5 in the set of natural numbers? No. That is why 4 by 5 is just a rational number, but 4 by 5 is not a natural number. Therefore, 4 by 5 is a rational number, but not natural number. Okay? So, all natural numbers are rational, but all rational numbers are not natural numbers. Okay? See here children, 0 is also a rational number. Do we know why? Because 0 can be written in the form of 0 by 1. 0 by 1 is again 0. Okay. 0 is a whole number form, whereas 0 by 1 is in the form of a rational number. It is in the form of p by q, where p is an integer, q is also an integer. That is 0 comma 1 belong to integers, and here 1 is not equal to 0. That is p and q belong to z, but q is not equal to 0. That is why children, 0 is also a rational number, because 0 can be expressed in the form of p by q, means as 0 by 1. Right? Now children, all the whole numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not whole numbers. You just try it. Okay? 0 is a whole number. It can be written in the form of 0 by 1, which is in the form of p by q, where pq belong to z and q is not equal to 0. That is why 0 can also be written in the form of rational number. 1 is a whole number, but 1 can also be written as 1 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. Take 2. 2 can also be written in the form of 2 by 1. 2 is a whole number, but it can be written in the form of 2 by 1. Therefore, it is in the form of p by q. Take 8. 8 is a whole number, but this whole number 8 can also be written in the form of 8 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. P and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. That's why children, all whole numbers are rational numbers, because every whole number can be expressed in the form of p by q. Okay, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. Now children, all the whole numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not whole numbers. You just try it. Okay, is it clear to you children? Okay, and similarly, all integers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not integers. Let us justify. Okay, minus 3 is an integer. It can be written in the form of minus 3 by 1, which is in the form of p by q. Minus 2 is a negative integer, but can be written in the form of minus 2 upon 1, where minus 2 is p, q is 1, and q is not equal to 0 here. Therefore, minus 2 is an integer also and a rational number also. Minus 1 can be written in the form of minus 1 by 1, and 0 can be written in the form of 0 by 1, and 1 can be written in the form of 1 by 1, 2 can be written in the form of 2 by 1, 3 can be written in the form of 3 by 1, dash 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 dash. So every integer can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. That is why children, all integers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not integers. Okay, so dear children, hope in this session we learned the importance of rational numbers, or why do we need rational numbers, and also why all natural numbers, whole numbers, integers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. And in my next class, I will come with the further concepts. So children, in today's session, we learned what are rational numbers and the definition of rational numbers and the examples for rational numbers. Okay, and we also learned that why natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are also called rational numbers. Okay, but we can conclude that all rational numbers are not natural numbers, but all natural numbers are rational numbers. All whole numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not whole numbers. Okay, and all integers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not integers. Okay, let us see with some more new concepts about this rational numbers in tomorrow's session. Till then, goodbye.
La 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 la.